Never has a game made me cry so much like Life is Strange, but Beyond Eyes comes pretty damn close. This game is about a little girl who loses her eyesight in a fireworks accident, and then befriends an orange cat. She names him Lenny and follows him around wherever he goes. Now, I'd like to believe that each chapter, Lenny is getting a little bit older each time, and in the very end, he, like all animals do, they walk off somewhere to go pass away, and he must have been old to begin with. And, as time goes by, he just gets a little bit older. And the little girl becomes curious about where he's going. He must walk away for a while and then come home. Comes back to her house, and then he'll leave and then come back again. And, one day he didn't come back, obviously. So I'm assuming that was her journey of, going to see why he didn't come back that day. And we're, playing an observer, but also playing as the little girl and trying to figure out why he didn't come back. And the reason why he didn't come back is because he passed away. And so, I think that, I honestly, I love the game, even though it made me bawl my eyes out. It's really adorable in a really sad way, because, she becomes friends with this cat, and, he obviously stayed with her and then walks away and then comes back, and and like he was her best friend and probably her only friend until she meets that little girl at the school. And I think that he wanted her to go with him, and because she was his best friend, or maybe he was getting old or already was old, and that was like his last little things, like to befriend this girl and have a nice and comfortable life, when he passes away. I don't know, I'm not really sure. I'm just making guesstimates. I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't really read the cursive writing too well. It probably didn't look cursive to you, but it does to me. But yeah, I think either he, that was like he was already old, and he made friends with this little girl, and kind of taught her a little bit about, being brave and going outside your comfort zone, and because she was really afraid to do anything, but because she wanted to find him, she made friends with the dog that was really mean, and she became less afraid of being by herself, and the fact that she couldn't see, it didn't really matter anymore, because she could hear things and touch things, and she knew somewhat knew of what they were, except for maybe those really mean cats. But I really like this game, and I wanted to give my final thoughts on it, because I was a little confused, like, to why did he have to die at the end, Why did it end up like that? Why didn't it end up, and, she found him and brought him back home, Like, why couldn't it end like that? But, because it didn't end like that, that's what makes me to believe that, he was already kind of old, and time just, went by. Like, she followed him everywhere, most likely. And, every time he'd go somewhere, she would follow him. And I guess maybe one day she didn't follow him or something, and he didn't come back. So, and, and then she decided to go find him. You know, because I was like, why does he keep, you know, he's right in 1 minute, he's right in front of her, the next minute he's gone. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's kind of odd. Like, does he disappear? You know? I was like, oh, is the cat a ghost? Like, but no, I don't think he was a ghost. I think that he was with her at one point, and and you know, and then as time went on, each chapter, because you saw, like, you know, it was nice out, and then all of a sudden it started snowing, and then raining. So he was obviously, he was not a kitten when she found him. And you know, it was just one of those things where, time passed in each chapter. There's like what? I mean, I put it up in 4 videos, but there's at least 6 chapters, I think, and there's 6 chapters in total. So throughout those 6 chapters, I think the cat was just naturally getting older, and one day he just didn't come back from one of his walks, and she wanted to go find him, because maybe one day she didn't go with him, or didn't notice that he had left, and then when she did, she wanted to go find him. And when she did go find him, she found that he was he had already passed away. Oof. It's such a sad story. It's so sad. Like, I wish it didn't end that way, but it was he must have been at least, some sense old. But I just wanted to make my final thoughts on it because, like I said, never has a game really tugged at my heartstrings. And, Life is Strange did a pretty good job of that. And this game really comes in second on the heartstrings kind of deal. So I just had to give my final thoughts on it because, I was a little like, oh, why did it end that way? But, that's how it ended. The cat got old. She followed him around all the time. And one day she didn't follow him, and he was just old. What can you do? But at least he gave her the confidence to, go out and make at least one friend before he died. So that's good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little ramble / rant, I guess. I don't know. No, it's not a rant. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my final thoughts on this game. Definitely check it out for yourself, if you're in for a cry. It's just one of those games that's kind of like, it makes you feel good and then just kind of goes, and pushes you on the ground. But no, it's a really nice game, so be sure to check that out. And I hope you enjoyed my final thoughts on it. And stay tuned for more, and I'll see you guys next time.